So I was the last couple of days, guys. I've been seeing a lot of interesting videos about baseball players that were assholes and stuff like this. So Spirit just told me go ahead and speak on that about being an asshole, being a tough guy, stuff like that. Uh, Guys, there's a lot of things that can trigger me in my day. Yeah, I mean, you have people driving very aggressively all up on your ass. They have no respect because this is a blue state, and people are not allowed to carry around guns. So you have people who are driving too close, tailgating you, flashing their lights at you, being very disrespectful, only to act that crazy with a red light coming up right in front of you that they got to stop at too. That's what I don't understand about these aggressive drivers. If you're gonna drive like a maniac, you might as well be running red lights. If you that Johnny Danger, if you got that much Johnny Dangerous in you to be exhibiting a lot of road rage, why are you stopping at the next stop sign then? Like, you know how stupid that shit look. So you have a bunch of maniacs out here that basically just antagonizing people on purpose, and you don't know who driving. It could be a student driver. It can be an old lady. They don't seem to care. That's why people got bumper stickers on their back talking about I'm a student driver, or I'm retired, and some of them might not, that shit might not even be true about what they're saying on that bumper sticker, but they put that on there because that's how aggressive the road rage has got with people. Is really out of control. And sometimes I feel like law enforcement is too soft on these people. I'll give you another example. You had these people with these modified mufflers running around the town like Mad Max, and you got people with PTSD out here that can't stand those kind of sounds. And you talking about like old people, stuff like that. I mean, you can literally feel those things in your bones. Now, if you ride a motorcycle, that's cool. It's a motorcycle. Let the motorcycle be. Hey, a motorcycle person is already putting their life at risk anyway, so they're not such a big deal. But when you have people putting modified mufflers on their cars, man, it's like, come on, man, where y'all gonna draw the line at, man? Like, for real, y'all need to give $300 fines out to anybody putting a modified muffler on their car. It's unnecessary. And you have all these little cream puffs out here that want to be Johnny Dangerous, that want to put a modified. Why should somebody driving down the street be causing people's windows to rattle? Same thing with the people with the speakers. Okay, there has to be. Sometimes I really do. I feel like law enforcement is too soft. People like to pretend like law enforcement is doing them wrong, and it's a lot of that. But sometimes in my world, what I be seeing out here with these drivers, man, at least in the driver's sector, law enforcement is too soft. These drivers, they doing too much out here, y'all. For real, they doing too much. So it's a lot of things that can get me to acting like an asshole. Sometimes you feel like you got to be an asshole because you don't want to get bullied. You could be somebody that got bullied a lot, maybe when you were younger and stuff like that. So you just grew up to be an asshole. Like, maybe I got to be an asshole. Maybe people will leave me alone. But actually, they're not going to leave you alone just because you're an asshole. And it takes a lot of energy to be an asshole. Now, me, I take a different approach. I think, an asshole is not the most scariest motherfucker out here. The scariest person out here is a person who can smile at you and put just as much fear in you as a bully or an asshole. Okay? Now, that's not to say like somebody like myself is being nice on purpose just to, insinuate that notion. No, I'm just naturally being myself. I just happen to notice that. It's something about me that God made where I'm like, I can be extremely like nice and people are really terrified. I told y'all, like, sometimes I look at myself, I look like a freaking psychopath, man. I look like a joker. It's the way the cracks on the side of my mouth. That's how you can tell I'm not African American. You look at the side of my mouth, the crack, it's like the Grinch that stole Christmas or something. Like, the side of my mouth is extremely thin. It looks like I'm from another planet or something like that. Okay, so I look like I try to look like a good guy, but I end up looking like Chucky still. And people get freaked out about that. I see it in myself. I see it in myself. I just look just kind of creepy. Just something about me. I remember one time I was at a family get together when I was about 14 years old, and somebody, I don't remember, it was like an auntie or great aunt or something like that. Somebody made mention that my smile was very devilish. You see, you know what I mean? I'll never forget that when this person said that. But yeah, it does look devilish. I ain't gonna lie. But just beside how I look in the smile, there's a way, like if you really want to intimidate people, there's a way to be kind to people and have just as much terror coming behind you as somebody who's intentionally being an asshole. It takes too much energy to be an asshole. So I was looking at the Barry Bonds clip, and I ain't gonna lie, I never heard these stories before about Barry Bonds. I was listening to Sammy Sosa. I never heard those stories. But remember, I told you, this country creates people. The school system, the way everything's designed, it creates these monsters. So you create monsters like this, and then now you're mad that monsters like this exist. Obviously, Barry Bonds would not have, been able to go that far if not he had, baseball connections to, Willie Mays and others. He had connections. You just can't go around treating people like that, just walking into, training camp and stuff like that. But no, I never, let me tell you something, guys. I don't care how popular I get, rich, I could never be an asshole. I've tried it before. I just can't be like that, like overtly be an asshole to people. I can't. You know why? Because there's too many vulnerabilities and there's too many things in this life that just make you like kind of draw back from that. Like, let's say I be an asshole to somebody, right? I walk around a corner, I might see a 2-year-old with a face like an angel, or I see that cat. I see something that just looks so freaking cute. And, we have a lot, and not only that, we just got a lot of vulnerabilities, being in this physical world. And nobody can stand, much for an asshole. It's too many things in life that actually are precious. Oh, man, look at this Audi A8. Love them. Audi A8. That's I guess the L means the extra length. Yeah, those look nice. I like those. They don't like stand out that much. They're kind of unassuming. That's what I like about Audis. Something that it don't have to be standing out and shit, but something that's just kind of refined. Kind of reminds me of myself. But yeah, it just takes too much energy to be an asshole. I don't know how people like Barry Bonds could, act like could keep that going. You know what I mean? Like, it had to be some place where he was a nice guy. Like maybe at home. Like man, that shit needs to be steady. Like, how was you actually able to keep that kind of energy? I would like to ask Barry myself. Like, man, how did you even keep that shit going? like who taught you how to to be like that? Did something like set you off when you was younger that, because, we all got stories about stuff that happened to us when we was younger. Jordan said, what did Jordan say? He said that black women pretty much didn't even like him, right? When he was younger, he probably got made fun of, right? We all know he got cut from the basketball team. He was at 5'11", but the black women didn't even like him. I can relate to that. Like black women did not like me, guys, for a long time. It's only now that they look at me and say, man, that's a handsome, but these are the same black women that did not pay me no mind. Okay, and talk shit about me growing up. I don't know what it was with that, you see? And with all this community of people that started all this beef for me for no reason, it kind of, I'm turned off from certain women, ethnicities, because of that. Like I said, I can't say black women because not all black women, but pretty much the black American ones, I'm really turned. It's just like kryptonite, man. And it's not my fault for feeling that way. You know what I mean? Like, so some people just end up a certain way because the way they get treated growing up. Whether that's the case in people like Bonds and Sosa, I don't think so. I think they were just, those are like people, they were just made that way. And then when they made that monster, it was just kind of like, I don't know, maybe it was payback from maybe Willie Mays got treated a certain way, and then the payback was Bonds. I mean, you never know what the story really is behind people. But all I can tell y'all is that I don't have it in me to be that way. Matter of fact, the more popular and rich that I get, the more nicer I'm going to get. I can see it going that way. I can never be an asshole. It's just too many precious faces that I see out here. Beautiful faces, beautiful people, and a lot of vulnerabilities. You can be here today, gone tomorrow. You could be fully healthy today, sick tomorrow. It's just too many vulnerabilities. Nobody got time to be dealing with assholes all day. So yeah, I just want to come on here and say that, y'all. There's if you really want to intimidate people, there's a way to do it, like being kind, actually, than just being a full-blown asshole.